Hey everybody, welcome back to another reaction. Your boy Lance here for episode 5 of Needy Girl Overdose. Very interesting series here. Let's see what we get for this episode. Let's dive in. I like the poster though. It's a hype-ass poster. First live. Okay, that makes sense. The butterfly again, man. Butterfly is obviously a symbol for something. Concert. On your wife. And buy one this instant. Oh, wait. Because it was tiny. I just realized. Crunchyroll, I hate your stupid. Crunchyroll, you suck. She's the girl from who we just saw before the opening, isn't she? I didn't put it together. We hadn't seen her in a minute. Ay, 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 Crunchyroll. What happened to your shitty fucking app, dude? Yeah, that's her. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to verify that. That is definitely her. Dude was like, hey, 3. He's shaking. She looks resigned, like, yeah. For money, right? Yikes. Oh. Oh. No, she finally... Oh. Oh. His dreams and his dick both kept getting smaller. Oh. That's actually a really interesting way to put that. Yeah. Yeah.
なんであいつらキスしてくるかな。穴目当てのくせして一丁前に会いに飢えてんの意味不明すぎ。
People are looking for different things.
それよりね見てほら新しいバッグ買ったの可愛いでしょ。
And she used that money to buy a bag.
おじさんに金出させた。私は若さでどんどんお金を手に入れて。
Crashing out on my youth and using the money to make myself prettier. Yeah, but eventually, oh man, eventually, old age will win, right? Father Time is undefeated, no matter who says so. Father Time, Mother Nature, humanity ages. If you're in a human body, you will age, and then you will get wrinkler. You might not. You may age gracefully, right, and look good as you age, but you're still gonna get those wrinkles, and you're still gonna die. And I get the idea, but also you can only do that so long before it just doesn't work anymore for you. But that's just part of this world, right? Now, are you putting that back? Damn, she's stacked.
でも笑顔はもっと大事だ。お金があっても笑えないなら意味がない。君は男に上目遣いをする前に表情筋を豊かにした方がいいね。今からなら十分間に合うさ。
Love it. But she's not wrong, right? What's the point of money if you're not happy?
意外と苦いの好きなんだ。
Oh, I just realized she's drinking right after her. And direct kiss.
私はお金が好きだよ。お金に興味のないふりをするつまらない人間が最も嫌いなくらい。
Yep.
でもそれ以上にお札に張り付いた欲望の匂いが嫌なんだ。
Yep.
品性をなくしてどっかの紫に嫌われたくないしね。
私は現役を引退して久しいし、最初の1年はですがですよ。2年目からは安心サポートが加わりますので実質これだけです。
他人の友達もて遊んで何かっこつけてんだ。
Okay, I had misrepresented that. I thought they were related, but no, this is just an insurance asshole. And obviously he's trying to make money to sell this person on insurance for grandchild. Damn. Yeah, the friends.
先に別の友達と話してたからさっき逃げちゃったけど、それよりライブの準備で忙しい時にありがとう。
話があるんだろ。ちょうどいい息抜きだよ。
Why is everyone drinking out of the same cup? I'm assuming that was coffee, iced coffee.
あんまりチンタラしてたから爆発しちゃって。
Well, not to mention he
あいつら
literally
見た床に叩きつけちゃった。
he literally also forced himself on you when you said no.
そりゃロックじゃん。人間的成長だな。よし、一歩踏み出した記念にお前は今から成長に応じた服を着るんだ。
That's so fucked up. Yeah, I figured this is what would happen, right? That with her friend being who she is, oh, that's really pretty. That the group here would kind of help her. She's all those looks are good for her.
この服がいい。
パンクか。いいな。
Yeah, it is her.
暴れ足りないか。腐りきった社会をぶっ壊したいか。
両方かも。
Maybe both. Little Tyler Durden in her Fight Club.
これ一式お願いします。
お会計はこちらになります。
110,000 yen. That makes sense.
というのはデザイナーの魂をその
Yeah, a designer soul. It's all about designer looks, right? I'm not a big fashion person, as y'all can tell based on all the different shirts and hats I've worn on this show.
女の子みたいに高級品で囲うだけじゃファッションの意味が欠落するぞ。
Yeah.
私の月給。
準備完
Y'all didn't even bother to pay, y'all.
気が楽になったかも。
了。よし、次はアクセサリーだな。その黒には金が映える。
もっとシルバーを巻く時が来たぜ。
Well, spend more money, apparently. I don't like any of them.
これとかいいんじゃない？
あ、じゃあそれで。
I think that clashes too much. 1 million. Ooh.
適当に選ぶな。じゃあ私はこれ。お前はもみにふさわしい女を目指せばいい。
I
ファッション
love
は
that.
己の魂が目指す目標にもなる。本当に欲しいものはこっちの方だろ。その服には大きなオーブがよく似合う。
Yeah, that I would agree, but I don't think it needed as big of them. It looks good though.
あ、ここのデパートのポイントカードもあります。あ、領収書もお願いしますね。
Yeah, you do. But I like her.
店員さんに欲しい。他人からのプレゼントが重いな。
さっき
Yeah.
ロリポップさん、私を友達って。
あれはあれ。
That's how she is. She really is happy that you're growing. Yeah, because she's breaking out of this mold that she was stuck in. Maybe she sees this diamond that can explode. And I still think that maybe she joins this group, possibly.
の成長を心から喜んでるから。
Especially with her being her friend there.
じゃあこれで。
他人からのプレゼントが
If
重い
getting
なら。
presents from other people feels heavy, then become the kind of woman who can carry the weight. That's a brilliant fucking bar, though. I really love that. She's been Lollipop spits some bars.
にふさわしい女を目指
Become
せば
a party that's worthy of
ファ
such
ッションは
extravagance.
己の魂が目指す目標にもなる。本当に欲しいものは
Yeah, she really wanted the other necklace, the 80,000. More
その服には
A more
大きな
sensible
オーブがよく似合う。
でも。
店員さん、そのアクセサリーください。
練習もライブも頑張って。
she does seem a lot more happier.
そうそう、コンビーフの缶詰といえばね、この間はラーメンでさ、ってちょっと
Whoa.
まだ配信中なんですけど。
Whoa.
だったらよいちょっと
Whoa, the live
おたくくん
action.
の部屋に降臨。期待を裏切らないお部屋だね。お、炭水化物発見。いつのだよこれ。
There has been so... Old man thinking it. There was so much puke in this season of anime.
誰はこいつ他の配信者も登録してやがる。解除解除解除解除解除解除解除解除解除解除解除解除解除解除解除解除解除解除解除。
ほっといたらすぐこれなんだから。もう汚い。
え、
Uh,
商店で初日行きます。会えるの楽しみ。イベント。おい、初日ありがとう。私も会えるの楽しみにしてるね。いい姫さん。近々か少女ちゃんが。
from Deadly Poison Girl, right? I'm playing this fighting game today too.
今日の格言私もやってます。一緒にやりたい。
I want to play with you. So that was her. She before, right? That one super chat.
一緒に遊ぼうね。スパチャありがとう。
Yeah.
次。
And then once again, the butterfly. Butterfly representing, like I said, death and rebirth, but change is also a big thing with butterflies. Metamorphosis with butterflies, right?
会えるの楽しみ。イベント。おい、初日
And then once again, the blooming of flowers, representing more of coming into your own, exploring who you are as an adult, etc., etc.
と私も会えるの楽しみにしてるね。
There's an event apparently. So this was her, yeah. So this is more of her younger before she became into this group.
頂点ちゃんトークライブが開催されます。指定の席にご着席の上、お待ちください。
And think about it, right? Going back to the beginning of the episode, there was a small girl looking at Karmov's freaking poster, right? Having that same sense of wonder and expression as she has here. Flower blooming. Oh yeah, it's almost midnight, girl.
お、ガキ発見。この辺危ないよ。
Sure do. Leave me alone. Bye.
なんだなんだ。
お前がビビらすからだろ。
No, they both are. Leave.
どうする？さらう？
Fuck off.
じゃあそういうことだからほら行こう。
どうしたの？迷子？
あ
Damn.
配信者の女追っかけてたら終電逃すってバカだな。
That's how she met her.
いじめは
Okay.
良くない。
That's how they met each other. Oh, okay. We get the
イベ
backstory.
ント参加できて偉いじゃん。
いいな。ねえ、可愛くなる方法教えて。
Once again, exploding in the whole
い
idea.
いよ。メイクと自撮りが大好きなこの人が教えてくれるよ。
なんで私？
Because you're the one who, pretties herself up a lot more. You're into that and she's not. Fancy ass makeup. And thus, our girl is born. And that's how the group became a group. Well, how they officially met, at least, right? And they exploded from there.
配信者になるぞ。
はあ？
いつまでも路地裏の美少女で終わってたらもったいない。これから3人でてっぺん目指すって言ったの。私は今日から
Yep.
猛毒電波少女
Yep.
パープルロリポップ。いつか世界中に甘い毒電波を送る謎の美少女だ。
いいぞ、姉ちゃん、その息だ。
うん、ありがとう。
It's crazy, right? She gained this crazy amount of confidence after everything, after they helped her. Oh, they're practicing. Passing out from exhaustion, yeah, that'll do it.
無理しないでいいよ。
休息も時に必要。
今日はもう休みなよ。元引きこもりにしては頑張った方。私たちは。
So this isn't much of a time jump, right, between her transformation into what she's doing now. The point is they're aiming up to Angel.
何かが足りない。じゃじゃーん。今回は案件。
I wonder if the thing she thinks they're missing is another member. Because it seems like those two work off each other really well, right? I don't know, but she thinks something's missing, and maybe that's where Kaiechi comes in. I'm not sure though.
それじゃあ早速メーカーの方がいいに決まってるし
Yeah. Monster energy. Flower continues to bloom, continues to be opening up. Flower, butterfly again. Ame? Are y'all gonna play that fighting game?
いやまつげ長いなって
Long eyelashes.
あなたも綺麗な紫色
Yeah, unknown location, unemployed. Yep.
おお
We know who she is,
い
really.
いですよ
Are y'all gonna finally play that fighting game?
一人って珍しいそっちこそ私はいるんだけどあんまり相談できる雰囲気じゃなくて
Yep.
どうして友達なのに友達相手だからカッコつけちゃうのかな
Exactly.
そういうの
People
ってわ
don't
かります
usually want to burden their friends more so than they should.
嘘だこんなに綺麗な人にいないわけないです
Ame only has P. And even if you can count that as a friend, we don't know yet, right?
ちょっと遊んでみる
We'll finally get to play this fucking fighting arcade game. Let's go. Oh, the little sad things being hit.
なんで悩んでるって分かったんですか当てずっぽこんなところに一人でつらに見てもらえたら十分だったのにせっかく新しい友達もできたのに
Kaiechi, yep.
恥ずかしい悩みは解決した子供の時みたいにはしゃいで写真に帰れたよよかった
That's where it
ま
is.
たね私は
I'll be here so maybe we can see each other another time. And that's what it is, right? It feels like, excuse me, it feels like in the end, she was losing a little bit of that joy that she had for starting, even though that hasn't been too long for her, right? She's been putting on this mask of this pretty girl and this and becoming lollipop. And so missing out of like the small little things and like being a kid again, like she said, and losing the whimsy of this thing she wanted to start and do and become a top streamer, going back to that a little bit and maybe not just taking a second to breathe is something she really needed. And then talking to somebody that's not really her friends and Ame. And honestly, Ame is a great point considering Ame is the ideal that she's reaching for. Not Ame herself, but Angel, right? So,
多分ここにいる
and we know Ame herself, though, has some interesting
ありがとう
issues.
今度は私の友達になってね仲間と慣れ合ってるようじゃまだまだ頂点ちゃんの天下は終わらないな
Wow, hold on.
仲間と慣れ合って友達ね
If she's busy
仲間
playing
と慣れ合ってる
nice with her buddies,
ようじゃまだ
the internet angel's reign
頂点ちゃんの天下は終わらないな
isn't ending yet. To me, that's a point of that because they're being nice. They both said it at the same time, which is fascinating. But it's like because they're not focused on the goal of becoming the number one streamer, right? They're off playing with their friends, is what the line is saying. But once again, just like the whole money thing back at the beginning of the episode, it's like, is it really the best to be number one if you're not smiling with it or not happy that you got there with your friends, maybe? Or is it better to be number 2 or 3, but you're having such a great time with your friends? And we can kind of tell how lonely it is at the top. Look at Ame here, who's Angel, who is a lonely girl who only talks to Peach Hunt and has mental health issues, right? Once again, the parallel between Lollipop and her are very interesting. Yeah, they're both exhausted after all that, too.
わかったもう大丈夫だ練習は必要だけど不安なことは何もない
よくわかんないけどなんかいい顔してるじゃん
She got that spark back. She was
リ
missing
ー
it.
ダーが自信満々なのは悪いことじゃない 任せとけ。よし、決めた。明日からは練習に加えて新衣装作るぞ。は？またむちゃくちゃ言ってる。
今からだといろんな意味で特急料金かかるぞ。
どうせファンからもらった金だろ。ファンが喜ぶことに投資して何が悪い。
Nothing wrong with that.
私はまだ一人で舞台に立てるほど強くない。
Yep.
三つの心が一つになれば何でもできる。
Exactly.
カラマー
She's
族の
personing this
輝きを
shit.
観客たちに嫌というほど浴びせてやる。明日から忙しくなるな。私が最高の衣装をデザインしてやるから楽しみにしてろよ。よし、でも今夜はとりあえずたっぷり寝るぞ。
You sleep her asses off. I'll love to hear it. And they smile with it, right? Oh. Sleep their asses off meant more than one thing, huh?
カラマー族ファーストライブ、罪と罰。
But obviously it tightens their bonds. Wait, rabble.
私の実力。カラマー族ファーストライブ、罪になったようだね。だとしたら神様はなんと残酷なんでしょう。
So maybe Kayachi doesn't join them in the end.
お前らは私たちの光を感じて勝手に感動していたらいい。
Maybe moved by it.
勝手にやらせてもらう。
Good for y'all.
一瞬たりともアイドルで空想であることに手を抜いてやらない。まばたきできないことに輝いてやるから、この夜を永久に忘れるなよ。
That's some good hype shit, yo.
オタクの一撃ポイズン、猛毒電波少女パープルロリポップ。君の現実を包み隠す銀色の騎士。
That's a good outfit.
二人だけの地獄へネチカ様が案内しよう。
Good production values.
からは呪いの象徴。死ぬまであなたを憎んであげる。奥原美智子。
The three flowers blooming.
カラマー族が甘い毒です。永遠の夜を見せちゃうぞ。
Oh, that's the ED? That's cool. Now, obviously, y'all know I can't play the ED. But I can listen to it. It's an interesting amount of, like, I think they've been doing the ED thing up every now and then. It's pretty cool. But we're going back. Yeah. Oh, perfect. What are you going to do? I love this. What are you going to say, Lollipop? Aw, sweetie. Aw, sweetie. Aw. Oh, I'm so curious. What are you going to say, Lollipop? Good. Because she did, right? I don't know. That got me pretty good there. I like this song. Yeah. I don't know what I want to start with. And maybe just that scene with the little girl. I love how they called back again to that because we saw how much Lollipop was. Oh, next period episode. Turn around and count to 10. We also get more Ame and Angel stuff. Interesting. Oh, man, I want to play this game eventually because I'm just so curious how this game plays as the VN, right? I bet it's so interesting. I say that word too much, but it is. It's so interesting. But yeah, going back to that last scene there, I love the callback to the little girl at the beginning looking up to their poster and how that correlated back to Lollipop looking at Angel's poster from not too long ago and having the same desires and dreams. But in the end, it was Lollipop who went back and gave the words of encouragement to someone who needed it. Meanwhile, she really didn't have that until she ran into the other two, and that's when they became really good friends. and super close. And harking back to her meeting Ame there, you know, that made her realize how much she was pushing so hard, but she was not having fun with it and not, like, enjoying it and not necessarily living the moment with her friends, as we could tell with Ame and Angel, how lonely they are, right? And how much mental stress they are under. And that's also it's like, well, you'll never be number 1 or Angel's reign will continue because you rely on your friends, etcetera, but that's not a bad thing. Once again, I said it earlier, not even that too long ago, is it better to be number 1 and be lonely and at the top, or is it better to be 2, 3, 4, or even 5, or even lower, but you're having a blast with your friends and you're making a living and doing what you love and you're just having so much fun? I probably would take that, right? I wanna have fun, I wanna be happy, I wanna smile. Like she told the old girl there at the table, it's like, "You're doing this for money, but you're not smiling for it." And there's a difference between wanting money and liking money and being too greedy. And maybe that's what that correlation is there. But it's a fantastic episode. These characters are so interesting, right? And Kayache got her little makeover. I still think maybe she joins them eventually, but she might not. She's trying to find her own way. Once again, the whole idea with the flowers blooming, them coming out on their own, so to speak, and then the butterfly, which I keep saying, represents rebirth and death and rebirth, but also butterflies are metamorphoses, right? So that makes more sense in that term is the metamorphosis of you're changing into becoming the person you're going to be, or into adulthood, whatever you want to call it. A good episode of how they met and how they formed these deeper bonds, right? And how they can probably start even becoming even more popular, especially with that concert and how she got her spark back. But damn good episode, man. Once again, I think this is a very interesting show. I keep saying it, but it showed that it needs a little more love. That I'm very interested in playing the game eventually. I wonder if this is going to be a full adaptation of the game. We'll see. But so far, man, this and Genosea, very, very happy with the adaptations lately. So I digress. I may have missed something. Feel free to point that out. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good jazz. And I'll talk to you soon in another direction. Bye.